Hello everyone. Today I will show you tutorial on how to fill up the attendance form. First, I will discuss the relevant parts, important parts of the attendance form. We have the attendance link as well as the attendance code. So first is the attendance link. This is the link that you need to open the online attendance form. So, kailangan nyo na internet connection as well as dapat nakalagin kayo sa inyong Gmail account para ma-access to. Now, the attendance link is the same for the entire semester period. So, yung link natin, makikita siya sa LMS platform, sa FB group, MS Teams group chat, kung saan man ibigay ni Sir. So, yung example ng attendance link natin is, example here, docs.google.com. So, ito yung ating attendance link. Now, for the attendance code, ito ay 8-character code na customized for each class. So, hindi nyo siya mauulit sa iba't ibang class. Meron tayong tinatanggap na required na 8-character code. So, kapag nag-input kayo na iba, hindi siya tatanggapin. Kailangan yung code na valid. So, it is given by the teacher. So, given na siya by the teacher at the end of every class mostly. Ganun. So, dito, we need to know what to enter in the attendance form. So, ano nga pa yung mga kailangan natin na i-enter? First, we have the email address. So, as we know, we need to be logged in sa ating Gmail address before magsagot nung forms. Ngayon, kailangan din nating enter yung ating Gmail address. Second is the student number, the PUP student number. So, we have our student number. We need to follow the format, year, then our student number, then MN-0. So, dito yung example natin, 2022-53212 MN0. So, kikita yung student number nyo sa inyong COR or Certificate of Registration or your ID, yung school ID natin. Makikita natin doon. So, a point deduction will be imposed to those who will not enter the correct student number. So, it is important na correct yung format nyo, yung mga capitalization ng MN, kailangan ay tama yan. Kailangan katulad talaga dito para walang deduction. Third is the student full name. So, follow nyo lang yung format again. So, strict tayo sa format dito. Kailangan ma-follow yung format na last name, first name, MI. So, lahat ay capitalized. Okay? So, halimbawa ay Andoy Maestro V. So, uppercase lahat tayo. Now, sa attendance code naman, as we discussed earlier, ito yung 8-character word without specific meaning and varies for each class session. So, another one is the uploading of screenshot image files. So, dito kailangan natin na mag-screenshot throughout the whole class. So, meron tayong tatlong kailangan na screenshot dito. One is the screenshot at the beginning of every class. So, kailangan meron kang screenshot noong hindi pa nag-i-start yung presentation na yung mga bilang pa lang ng students. Second, you need to have one screenshot with a presentation. So, kapag nagpa-present na si sir, kailangan may screenshot kayo. Now, third one is the last one, which is yung magpapa-open na ng web camera. So, dito, magpapa-open na ng web camera si sir at pwede na kayo mag-screenshot. Bibigyan naman kayo ng time. So, you need to be attentive throughout the whole class para magkaroon ng screenshot. And syempre, kapag wala yun, kapag kulang ng isa or dalawa, may mga deduction siya. So, ito yung mga kailangan i-take note before making an entry to the attendance form. Una, huwag kayong mag-entry ng madaming entries. Kailangan, ensure nyo na tama na yung mga details nyo and one attendance entry lang for each attendance code para hindi magkaroon ng repetitive data or mga duplicate. Make sure you will enter your correct student number and student name para valid yung attendance entry nyo. Yung attendance form, ma-open siya after ng synchronous class and mako-close siya after 15 minutes. So, you need to fill up the attendance form agad-agad after ng class nyo para umabot kayo. So, mostly naman ay kinikip ni sir yung attendance form na open hanggang mag-next online class. Pero, recommended pa din na mag-fill up na kayo kasi para hindi nyo rin makalimutan na mag-fill up. So, you won't have any issues kapag grading na. So, nabanggit na natin na attendance code is unique to each class session and attendance form link will be the same for the entire semester. Now dito, meron tayong sample of screenshot 1. So ito na yun. So ito ay sa desktop. Kapag sa cellphone, makikita nyo lang ay ilang tao, pero okay lang naman yun. Basta may screenshot kayo na kasama kayo doon sa meeting. Next screenshot natin ay nagpe-present na. So may kasamang presentation. Third natin ay yung mga mag-open na ng cam. So as you can see, may mga nag-open na sila ng cam, and doon na yung time nyo for the screenshot. So notes on screenshot files. The number of required screenshots varies based on the type of attendance. So minsan kasi meron tayong mga synchronous at asynchronous. Sa synchronous, meron tayong 3 required screenshots. So ano na yun, yung 3 kanina. Ngayon, pag sa asynchronous, minsan kasi ay pwedeng 1 or 2 lang or 3, depende doon sa webinar na nagaganap. So, depende pa din sa instructions doon sa asynchronous file. So, pwedeng mag-vary yung number of attendance. Okay? Or number of screenshots. So, screenshots must be clear as they serve as proof of your attendance in the class or asynchronous activity. When the attendance report is generated, so, kailangan yung maging clear sa inyong screenshot at kailangan sakto talaga yung mga screenshots na i-upload nyo. Kasi kapag hindi, merong automatic na command na magka-count ng numbers of screenshot at pwedeng magkaroon ng issue or deduction sa inyong grade. So another thing about the screenshot file is you need to rename it in this prescribed format. So ito yung format natin, section, subject, tsaka year, month, day. Tapos yung number of screenshot, 01. So I will show you here. So dito, may format tayo. Ito dapat yung format ng inyong magiging screenshot. So meron tayong DIT. So ito yung ating section and number ng section. So let's say kayo ay 31, DIT 31, 32, 33, 34 or 21, 22, 23, 24, 11, 12, 13, 14. So, ililipat nyo lang, wala nang hyphen, wala nang dash dyan. So, DIT 31. So, let's say lang section ko ay 31, DIT 31. Ngayon, yung subject nyo, so, ang subject natin, for example, is advanced programming. Minsan pa yung business intelligence, BI, tapos meron ding project management, PRJ, MNG. So, lalagay lang dito yung subject. Typically, sinasabi naman yan kung ano yung mga abbreviations na ilalagay sa subject. Third is the year, month, day. So, year, 2025. Month, 11. So, that is November. That is November. November 26. Diba? So, yun yung day natin. Ngayon, dito, meron tayong number 01. Kasi kailangan natin, diba, 3 for synchronous classes. So, kapag 3 yung ating screenshot, ibayin lang natin yung huling number. So, 01, 2, 3. This marks as the beginning of the screenshot or the class, and during, this is the during, and this is the ending of the class. Yung may open cam na tayo. So, kapag naman asynchronous, pwedeng, ito lang, DIT 3, yan lang, 1 lang, pwedeng 2 lang. Kasi asynchronous class siya. Depende dun sa announcement ni teacher. Now, next is the screenshot files must be in JPG or PNG format only. Okay, no hindi WebP or AVP or any types of format. Kailangan JPG or PNG lang. Discuss naman natin na course code, year and section. So, DIT21. Subject code. So, ito na yung mga types of subject code. BI, PRG, MGT, sysadmin, or Prog3, programming 3. So, depende na yun sa sasabihin. Pwede nyo namang i-ask na lang kung ano yung subject abbreviation. Okay. So, attendance date, yon, year, month, day. Sequence number, yung 1, 2, at 3. Kung pang ilang screenshot yon. So, ito yung examples natin lang sa baba. Subject code, tsaka attendance date, and first screenshot, second screenshot, and third screenshot. So, it is recommended na i-save nyo sa file nyo yung mga relevant, important information nyo. Lalo-lalo na yung email, student number, student name, subject code, at attendance link. Kasi yun yung uulit-ulitin yung ipapasa. Okay? So, mas magandang if nakasave na yan kaysa sa paulit-ulit kayo ng pa-type. Diba? Copy-copy na lang kayo. Mas madadalian kayong mag-fill up nung attendance form. So, reminder lang, when entering your student number, Kailangan valid yan. Of course, kailangan student kayo and may sarili kayong student number and dapat ay aligned with the formatting. Uppercase lahat yan. So, ayun. So, submissions with incorrect student numbers may not be recorded as all entries are verified against the student master list. So, nakadepende tayo sa student master list. Meron na tayong automatic na verification dyan. So, submissions with incorrect student numbers may not be recorded. So, kailangan nating ayusin talaga and suriin kung tama yung ating formatting. So, dito lang nakalagay yung proper student number entries. Last digit is either 0 or 1. Please use dashes. Do not include space characters. The student must contain 15 characters including dashes. Check your student ID for correct student number format. So, ayun lang naman, yung mga na-discuss din natin kanina. So, ina-emphasize talaga natin dito yung tamang formatting para hindi tayo magka-issues sa ating attendance. And yun lang, that's the Google Form tutorials for the attendance submission. Thank you for watching and like and subscribe. Bye-bye.